Hey everybody, clearing. All right, today on the pre-shuffle, I'm hearing, what about the people who really don't feel their divine counterpart is coming in for imminent union? What about the ones that are like feeling a little bit hopeless and frustrated at this time? So this reading is for those who are feeling discouraged on the journey at this time. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the viewers that join me here that are feeling kind of frustrated in love or with their situation at this time? How can we look at the energies, the counterpart, and some solid advice, spirit guidance for going forward with what we see here? So for those who are feeling discouraged on the journey. All right, here we go. Let's see. 111 I just saw. So first message with the number 1 sequences, this is like a wake-up call. When you see the number 1, really pay attention to your thoughts. Are you thinking things that you wish to have come into reality, or are you in fear and putting things out there that you don't wish? Worrying is like praying for what you don't want. Okay, having said that, let's get into this. So, conscious mind about your connection. King of Fire in the inverse and guardedness. Okay, my dears. So this is my divine divine masculine in the upright. In the inverse, I'm getting that you're just really so exhausted by the journey. You just don't know if this is your person. Maybe it's crickets. Maybe you don't know what's going on. You might have been blocked. You might have been ghosted. You might just be feeling very strung too thin. What is the advice about this? Okay, there we go. There's the abandonment wound. So the paradox, the irony, the duality in this is that if you are really in store for a true love of a lifetime, a masterful connection, you will have to face this existential crisis, this original separation wound. And that plays out on this journey in a prolonged, sometimes period of silence where you're left to your own defenses, and the ego mind could easily say you were abandoned. But spiritually, you're never alone. You're never abandoned. And so it's all an illusion. This realm is temporary. And the interesting part is, as soon as you reconnect with God, the divine, your essence, you come back into love, you're in non-attachment with the world. You're in the world, but not of it. You run on a different clock. You are anchored into a different grounding, which is into spirit, into safety, into your eternal aspect. And so the things that play out here on the earth plane take on a different vantage point. So this period of questioning for you is a period of solitude for you to connect back to your core. You are responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for your wholeness. You are responsible for your alignment. When you align, the things that you experience are aligned things. When you are still in karmic patterns, when you are still going through the motions with the imprinting that you were given, the generational traditions, the societal norms, when you're just sort of unconsciously going through all of that, you're not fully living and you're not fully sentient with your free will and how to truly have, give and receive honor and respect in connection. That's more of a survival template, a typical going through the motions level of existence. And then we go through this kind of spiritual awakening on a journey like this, and we understand the profound nature of love. We come back into what love really is: unconditional love, non-attachment, being in the present moment. And so this really is a period of time for you to wrestle those demons and understand nobody can reject you. You cannot actually reject another person. All of those things that originate from an individual are projections or assessments based on the way they view reality. Somebody who is in their wholeness, in their mastery, does not go around pushing people away in ambiguous or abusive or disintegrated ways. They have a mastery to them, and it resonates as closure if they're not interested. This journey helps teach the skills to speak from the soul, live from the heart. And so this period of discouragement really is so that you come back into your God self. What can we see about the person on your mind? Wow, the sun and second chances. This will be shown to you that energy works this way. When you balance out your own energy, the sun comes out and everything comes back around. You will have choice. You will have choice. Everything is cyclical. So when we go through some experience that's remarkable, if there's a disconnect, guaranteed that pattern, that scenario, or an octave higher will come back in as part of the growth, as part of the human dance. Even things that you don't desire keep coming back around to haunt you, right? So trust that the things that you do prefer and find relevant are also set to come back in. That's the key. It's the relevance. So if something irks you or if something delights you, all of those things tend to cycle back around. So pay attention to that. Nothing is lost. It's just transmuted and changed. If you have indifference, if it's no longer interesting to you, that's when things fall away. Okay, yeah, so we have exactly that. If you wish to experience something again, it will either show up with a specific person or with a new person, right? Wherever you go, there you are. This is saying if you do not wish to repeat cycles and have certain experiences in your reality, then be very mindful about what those are and deliberate in setting intentions, seeing those patterns, directing your course of action accordingly so that you take responsibility for disengaging from things that you no longer wish to experience. What can we see for the heart space with regard to the connection? Okay, so the moon, there's a lot of uncertainty, and then we get the devil as well, but it's in the inverse. So this really is a time for you to be in the mystery, to embrace the mystery, not needing to know, to find that solace like on a moonlit sky night, and to not spiral downwards. So this is really a repeat message of keeping your energy balanced. Advice, yeah, you are responsible for your happiness. So nobody has power over your emotional balance, your happiness, if you don't assign it to them. And the devil in the inverse says that you have every control truly over your free will not to go there in your current situation with this specific person. What can we see on the heart space for that specific person? King of Water and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so this is saying that there is an emotional awakening for the person that you're watching this for, and they are processing their emotions at the rate that they can. This can also mean that you are processing your emotions because of these periods of heating and cooling in your connection at just the right speed for the dynamic, for your growth. After all, you did manifest this growth with this counterpart, this mirror, directly or indirectly. It is still up to you to assign the meaning and the value of it. There are beneficial, growth inspiring ways to interpret what's going on in your dynamic. You get to decide, you get to comprehend how it affects you and what you want to do with it. Yeah, and the Five of Wands, this is about sorting through the fluff, sorting through the projections, the unnecessary interpretations, or the fear-based assessments, or the cookie cutter assessments of things, and to really pay attention to what the emotional depth is telling you that you're experiencing. In many ways, there's 1111 again. In many ways, these journeys have the ability to open up depths of us that we haven't fully navigated as adults, bringing back layers of things from our entire life and past lives, and into our generational things, into our societal things, into cultural, spiritual things. It opens the can of worms and we start searching for reasons why. And so you get to decide which things are insurmountable and which things can be overcome. You may have a whole list of things that you're telling yourself are likely the reason that you're being rejected, or a whole list of reasons why society would not approve of your specific scenario. None of them have bearing over real love. But this process of seeing those subconscious assumptions, the excuses, the inconvenient facts in your connection, this is where you can dismantle your own prejudice, your own fears, or the perceived fears of your person. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So many times these incredibly love-filled soul level connections have a whole myriad of things that are not typical. And they do require creative interpretation and thought, but not fictitious. This is a journey of finding bridges to love. And so none of the things you could tell yourself about why this connection isn't desirable or desired by your person, or why others would have a problem with it, none of it is set in stone as a true reason against actual love. None of those things hold water if there is true love here. Let's get into what you're meant to be manifesting here. You're meant to be really looking at what your heart longs for, desires, is called to. And you're meant to pray about that. You are literally meant to say, Divine Creator, God, my heart feels this way about da 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 da. Show me if it is true. Help me understand if what I feel my heart is telling me is accurate. And if it is accurate, tell me what I am supposed to do about it. What action, what non-action, what perseverance, what surrender, what am I meant to understand about what my heart is telling me. That is what you are meant to do in these periods of uncertainty, of disappointment, of frustration. What can we see? Yes. So this is a card of grieving, and this is a card of seeing the love in all of it. Nothing is more powerful than love. So none of the things we can encounter are an obstacle that is insurmountable. None of it. I saw 12:12 and I just saw 15:15. What can we see for the actions that you're meant to be taking right now? You're meant to be taking an open approach to the uncertainty right now. Here's the moon again. So this is really staying in your own acknowledgement of what your heart knows to be true. As you allow for that truth to stabilize, is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing Moon River, the song. And advice, yes, continue healing. When we're healed, we don't take things negatively in a personal way. When we're healed, when we're balanced, we flow with things and we understand it's just energy, and at any given time things are aligned or not. And therefore we can take it or leave it. That's really unconditional love, is that we don't get all bent out of shape if something wants to be over here rather than where we would like it to be. Unconditional love means that if things can meet us in that beautiful energy, that we're open. And if not, then we let go. Unconditional love does not mean putting up with being a doormat and not having a backbone. It means having our own core integrity, our own balance, so that things can come and go if they need to. And we're unbothered by it because we're good, we're whole. We seek other things at times, and we completely choose ourselves and our heart's guidance regardless. What can we see for the biggest challenge? Yeah, not knowing if union is for you, if true love will be for you, if you will find love in this lifetime. The divine says if this kind of true love quest is written on your heart, it is divinely put there. Soften into accepting that as the only proof you need to know that you are in store for the love of a lifetime, and seek the divine instruction that helps you stay the course. We cannot do it out of ego. Our egos are fickle. They want to keep us safe. They want to, tell us it's never going to happen and throw us into suffering. Don't do that. Don't disintegrate when things aren't going the way that you would like them to. Become productive in the way you look at what's happening. Ask yourself, how could this very moment, this situation, be exactly what needs to happen for real love to unfold? And yes, here's the card of free will. You don't have to have all the answers. In fact, this is a journey of coming into the safety of not needing to know and just, being good while it is en route, while the becoming is unfolding. But this is your free will ability to ask. If you don't know how union will happen, or if it is for you, again, if it's written on your heart, it is a calling. If you don't know how to get there, don't forget to ask your higher guidance. What is the solution to this? Yeah, free your mind. Don't be in codependency. Take a deep breath, pull your divine pants up, and actually look for the angle of encouragement, resilience, overcoming, unconditional love. Love is patient, love is kind, it keeps no record of wrongs, it is not boastful, it sees the good in all things, it does not envy. Continue to stay in the frequency of love. It's going to be better than you can imagine. You will actually one day understand why nothing worked out aside from what you end up aligning with. You will understand that fully. What is the direction in the next few weeks? Integration and review. This is the second time we have the grieving card in the healing position. So this is you pulling up your divine pants and not admitting defeat here. And I don't mean throwing in the towel about this person. I mean fearing that you don't deserve love or won't find it. Literally everything that you've encountered has been love in the making. It's not the opposite of love. It's all been showing you and every mirror that you have traveled with the depths of actual love and what that is, the lessons, showing the error of our ways, showing the error of the generational traumas and the societal misconceptions. All of the fear-based things are being dismantled. And compassion. I heard a channeler a few years ago saying that before Christ we had the dispensation of the law. With Christ we had the dispensation of love. And at this time of ascension on the planet we have the dispensation of compassion. And so that is where we're coming out of codependency and feeling like if we don't have something that we are disadvantaged. We're seeing the whole journey of all coming through this incredible, exquisite ascension process into our remembrance of our God selves. That is becoming more normalized. And so this is where that gets done. It's in these periods of meditation and internalization and seeking it with our free will. This is the seat of peace and soothing on the soul, that each person is responsible for themselves. Okay, let's see. Let's get a little bit of... what is the emotion? Yeah, envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So don't envy others who seem to be coming into unions. Really look at exactly the process that you've needed to grow as an individual, and don't compare yourself to anyone else. That is the big message here. And one for regarding your person that you're watching this connected with at this time. We get judgment in the inverse. I understand that everyone has their unique path and challenges. So I'm the same as everyone else, but with different challenges, and so is your person. So just allow everybody to come through their reckoning and see where things align at that point. Continue to balance your own healing. Your number one relationship is the relationship that you have with yourself and your inner peace. Drop the lower vibrational things. On a scale of 1 to 1,000, we have apathy, guilt, shame, anger, passion, neutrality, love, unconditional love, miracles, ascended mastery. So any of the lower vibrational emotions under neutrality, seek to bring those up higher into love. Find a way to become neutral, and then see, once you come into that freedom, what it is like to keep your frequency high. If you are in the lower vibrational emotions, literally ask to be shown how to pray, to be shown how to come up out of those perspectives that polarize. There's an alarm going off. It's urgent. It's imperative to bring yourself out of this discouragement and suffering. All right, many blessings, everyone. And if you've reached the end of this video and you would like a session with me, I have a whole schwack of sessions open. The link will be in the description box below. I've got, I think, the rest of June I've opened up, so grab one of those. If you've never worked with me before, I would absolutely love to help you balance out. And if you have worked with me, come on, let's get it on the next level here. Because nobody watching my videos needs to be in suffering. I'm really looking forward to helping you in your personal scenario get up over this. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.